Good evening, 47. Your target is a black hat hacker who goes by the handle Protagonist. He is currently in Paris with his longtime partner known as Whitecap. The two have been contracted by Dahlia Mogolis to execute a high-profile hack tonight. No current pictures of the target exist, but he makes use of the hacker alias Protagonist, and he often references a particular brand of cheap fruit jam available in Alabama. You will have to use this information to identify him. The clock is ticking, 47. Good luck.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our second Hitman Elusive Target episode. I'm not gonna really talk about how I play this mission overall, like the Iconoclast. I'm more gonna talk about the ride I've been on for this specific Elusive Target. So for context sake, as you know, whenever you complete an Elusive Target, except for like on Hitman 3 maps, usually you're supposed to get a suit, right? Well, for this one in particular, I did not get it because the challenge did not even exist in the game at the point when I completed it, which was only like the first day it came out. So obviously I was a bit frustrated, but didn't know what was going on. But then I figured I might as well email IOI support because I remembered they had an actual support line. So that's what I did. I emailed them, told them about my problem, and waited. And I wouldn't get a response until the next day because of actual location differences. They're halfway across the world from where I am right now. They're all their studios are in Europe and I'm in America, so it's clearly going to be someone. There's clearly going to be someone that's like someone. They're obviously going to be different time zones. But anyways, yeah, so I emailed them, and then they responded, okay, that's weird. You might want to check this out. And there was a tweet from IOI that said, basically just said that they added like the challenge, but they just said like if you don't have the suit, just stay tuned for updates. Which we're gonna find out what exactly those updates were like in a few minutes once I get to that part of the story. So yeah, so I looked at that. I was like, okay, but I still do not have the challenge unlocked because that challenge, you know, unlock it to get the suit. So obviously I went to email him back, email the support dude who had my ticket. I emailed him. The challenge didn't unlock, so that's why I don't have the suit, you know. And then when that happened, he responded the next day saying like, you need to clear the cache and try for restarting the game. So I'm on an Xbox, and there's only like 2 ways I know of to restart the cache on this the cache. I'm pretty sure it's just called the cache. There's only 2 ways I know of that you can restart the cache on a Xbox. You can either clear the persistent storage through the Blu-ray disc, which I don't understand how that works, but apparently it just does. That didn't work. I tried booting up the game, it didn't work. The other one was to unplug Xbox and leave it unplugged for 2 minutes. So I did that, right? And then I plugged it back in. So the console did a full restart. I did a hard restart on it, basically. I booted up the game, right? Hopeful. But then nothing happened. It didn't work, basically. So what I'm trying to say. It didn't work, strangely, so... It didn't work, so what I ended up having to do was email him again about this. And the next day, once again, he told me, thank you for telling us this. Since you told us that the issue kept persisting, we're basically gonna have to just give you like your IOI username account and screenshot the issue. So I screenshotted 2 things on my Xbox where it showed that I completed the contract, and also I showed that I completed the contract, and it also showed that what am I trying to say? It showed that oh Jesus, I can't even talk right. It showed that I had completed the contract and that the challenge did not unlock, is what I'm trying to say. It didn't show that the challenge unlocked just by making the contract, so I sent that to him. And then he responded after I saw what the second update was. So if you remember back from the first update, they said stay tuned. So the second update was that I would unlock the challenge whenever the Black Hat Elusive target expires. So at the time of recording this, it still has not. I believe there's only 2 days left, and it'll expire on June 14th, I believe, since that's when the next season of Sin starts. So anyways, yeah. So I basically now have to wait just like a couple of more days before I unlock the tuxedo with gloves. This is the first experience I've had of like being actually locked out of content just because of like a time of when I played it. Because the thing is, people actually did get it after the challenge was unlocked, which was like a full day after the Elusive target came out. So, of course, this is like the first experience. I was kind of getting annoyed, but then I have to thank IOI support because they were actually very persistent throughout this entire thing alongside me. It did not just say, I don't know, I don't give up, I give up, I don't know what to do now. They didn't say I don't know what to do, give up, like stuff like that. They didn't say like, oh, we don't know, we're gonna resolve this issue, and then they're just like ghosting me. No, the dude who was helping me throughout this entire thing stuck with me through like I'm pretty sure like a week's worth of email. So I have to thank iOS support for actually being a good support system. Even though the time zones were really just an inconvenience because I wouldn't get a response to my email for like a day. But it doesn't matter, I still got it. And anyways, at least now I finally have a response as to when I'm supposed to get the tuxedo with gloves. You didn't see it here, but if you just boot up Hitman and go into Paris, and then you see the starting, and then you see the, what's it called? You see the starting suit, right? The tuxedo? That's basically it, but just with driving gloves. So, yeah. That's the suit I'm supposed to get at the end of, I believe, this week. So, hopefully it comes. At the time of recording this, it is June 11th, so I think the target has like 2 more days. So, yeah. But the thing is, I haven't talked about is that I was actually expecting 2 suits. I got one of the suits, which is the Blood Money suit, which is for completing 6 elusive targets, which I've done since I've been following. I've had this game since it came out. Funny story, I actually pre-ordered it the day like pre-orders went available. I believe it was like back in June or October. No, I think it was like sometime in like the fall of the. No, it was sometime in the summer. I remember that. It was sometime in the summer of 2020. So somewhere around June, July, or August. I've had this game pre-ordered since then, and because of that, I've done every elusive target. Even the ones that don't give you rewards, like the Collector and the Iconoclast, which you saw last episode. So that was my story about I going through iOS support. They're like really iOS support is actually like pretty good for what it is. Even though it's through email, it's a good support system, I would say. It's not like others where it's like really cryptic and like telling you, oh no, we're not gonna fix this. It feels like they actually have people behind the screen who actually email you. Anyways, yeah. So if you've been watching the video this entire time, this is the point where I realized that I didn't get the tuxedo. I just looked around. I was like, "Where's the tuxedo?" Right? I looked around, and I went to I went to elusive targets. That's the only time where you can see the elusive target challenges. And I went back to the Black Hat. I saw it was 6 out of 9. It should have been 6 out of 10 because of the challenge, right? And it wasn't in there, so I was like, "What is this about?" And then shortly after I was done recording this episode, I contacted iOS support, and that's where this entire thing started. But anyways, with that said, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.